Hello, my name is Selena.
And my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Piping Hot. We are so excited for you to be here, and if I sound like death, it's because I'm dying. I'm kidding.
Why are you dying, Selena? Tell us.
Oh, I just took a casual trip to Paris and got COVID.
Casual. It's casual. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
Whatever. Yeah.
It is whatever.
It is.
But no,
I'm
not
How
dying.
are you feeling, though?
I'm good. I'm doing fine. I will say the first time that I got COVID was in 2021, I want to say. And that almost took me out. I was so nauseous and I had body aches and whatever. This time around, I can function still. I worked when I came back from Paris. I just worked from home. So it's I can still do stuff. I just have a headache and I'm just really, really tired. So
yeah, I'm glad you're still functional.
Yes,
that's the
same.
important part, but I am sorry you got COVID.
Yeah,
That's
no worries. It happens. I will say Hercules sounds like he's having a great time.
He just randomly will choose when he barks at something. So this time around, he just stared at my makeup drawer, barked, and then ran to a different part of my room and started playing with something else. So don't ask me why. He's so weird. He's so weird. Hercules. Because Hercules is freaking insane. He can, and small, he can get into so many spaces, especially under my bed. And I've learned that when he goes under my bed, he goes to my exposed brick wall and eats the brick, which is just not good for him. So yeah,
that's some psycho behavior.
It is psycho. He's literally psycho. But yeah. My lord.
How have you been?
I've been good. I kind of look like trash right now because I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep this week, so I'm trying to catch up. And then I got my hair done this past Wednesday, and it looks like shite right now because I just showered and I haven't styled it, or it's not fully dry yet. So I just, I don't know. I feel like this weekend I need to just get these little tasks I've had building up done, so then I can just start next week fresh.
Yeah, definitely. What did you get done to your hair?
I just got it lighter, and then just a little trim. Nothing crazy.
Very nice.
I like your mug. Why did I say mug?
Because you got it for me.
Wait, I did?
I think you did. No, you got me a different one.
I was I don't think I got you that, but maybe I did. I don't know. I was it's really cute, though. I'll take credit if you want me to.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm just tired, so.
No, same. You know what? We're all tired here, okay?
Yes, but I think Wesley and I are going to go see the new Joker movie tonight, so we'll see how it is. I didn't know we were going to go see it together because he just asked me today, and I totally read spoilers online, but I'm going to try to act surprised. We'll see.
Oh my god. Wait, do you know it's a musical?
I guess. I didn't know it was a full-on musical. I thought they were just scenes, but
me neither. When, how, and where, and why did they pivot to a musical for the second movie? I'm so intrigued.
I think it has something to do with the fact that, they're both very mentally ill or something.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I can see that.
Not that people, oh my god, that came out so bad. But, I think it's a way to express what it's like in their own brain.
Yes, definitely. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Not
that
sense.
Sense.
People who are mentally ill like musicals. I like musicals. And I'm only a little mentally ill.
Me too. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. You'll have to tell me how that is. I feel like I've seen it all over the place, and that's one of the big movies coming out this fall. Yeah. I have seen a lot of Wicked stuff, which is crazy because I feel like it's still so far away.
But it's not. It's 50 days now.
I know. It's so crazy, and I'm very
so
excited.
ready for Wicked. It's gonna become my entire personality, and I actually don't care.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, I mean, I have faith in and everyone that's casted. You know what I'm ready for, though? I'm ready for all these fucking collabs coming out.
Same.
For Wicked.
I need that luggage. I need it.
Theoni, do you know how much it fucking is? I looked and
Wait.
it's so expensive.
How expensive is it?
It's so a regular carry-on, like a regular size carry-on is like $250. That's not even the big luggage.
That's ridiculous.
I know. I don't think I'm gonna get the luggage. I might get the bag though. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know.
We'll see.
I know.
The pink is so cute.
The pink is adorable. I would definitely get green.
Fair. That tracks for us.
Right? It does. It really does.
I love it.
Okay. Any other life updates?
I don't think so. I'm eating this galaktoboudiko, which is a Greek dessert that I made. I'm just having a little bit because I haven't eaten anything today and I'm like starving. So I'm like, just gonna have a little snacky.
Nice.
But it turned out pretty good.
Very nice.
So that's my life update. Yeah. But no other life updates other than that.
Okay. I love it. Okay. Let's dive into what we're reading, watching, listening to.
Perfect. I'm still reading the same book I was last time, Unsteady by Peyton Corinne.
Yes.
I've been getting through it very, very slowly, but I really do like it.
Nice.
It's just like a hockey romance. It's dumb. It's spicy.
Cute.
It's what I want. So
Nice.
it's great.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
What are you
Love it,
reading?
love it. So when I went to Paris, I finished the Caraval trilogy. So I finished the second book, and I started and finished the third book.
Dang!
Which is crazy to me. I feel like I haven't read like that in so long, so it was wild. So the second book was called Legendary, and then the third book was called Finale. Legendary was fine. I liked it better than the first book. I think the third book is definitely where the trilogy shines. Like, I think that's the best book out of the trilogy. Overall, I had fun, but it was like there was a lot of plot holes, like just like a lot of shit happening where I was like, you know what? Who gives a shit? Like, I'm just here for the vibes. Yeah. I will say the romance in this book is not spicy, but like the yearning is fucking insane.
That's
it's
almost like better than the spice sometimes, honestly. And that's like, a lot coming from me.
It is. It really is. Like, the main character is like so much better than me because like I would have folded immediately, but obviously there are like factors keeping them apart and blah blah blah. And then like their last like love confession scene at the end of the third book is so top tier. Like, I don't think I've read a love confession like that in a while. Aww. That's like so good and so sweet and just like, I don't know, it just like was so good overall.
Okay, we love that it like was building towards something though, because it would have been a letdown if you weren't the biggest fan of the first two and then the third one was crap, you know?
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, overall it was fine, and now I'm gonna get to the prequel that I've been trying to get to. That's why I read this trilogy. So I'm super excited to read
I hope it lives up to the hype for you though.
I hope so too. He was a character, so like the character was in this book, and like the prequel is about him, and he's like he was a pretty big side character, and he was kind of a fucking dick in this trilogy. So I'm like, wait a second, why do people love him so much in the prequel? Like, I'm so intrigued to like see what his like backstory is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, I can't wait to hear more.
Yeah. Okay. What are you watching?
Sorry,
Hercules right now.
Yeah. I am watching Hercules, but no, same as everything else, like Dancing with the Stars, Modern Family, Sopranos, The Golden Bachelorette. I cried multiple times during the episode this week.
Oh, you're watching that?
I am. I'm watching it with my roommate Emily. And it's just so wholesome. You don't understand until you watch it, but it's so sweet. There's this one guy named Charles on it.
Yes, Charles.
Oh my God, Charles!
I've heard about Charles on TikTok. He's so cute.
I love Charles. Thank God she sent Captain Kim though. There was this like retired army captain on there, and he gave me the creeps. So I was like, no, I'm all set with that.
Yeah,
so,
I'll pass.
Glad he went home, but I like the other guys. It's just so sweet.
Good.
But yeah, and I don't think I've been watching really anything. Oh, You know what I've been watching? The show on Netflix called Nobody Wants This. Starring Adam Brody.
You know what? I was going to propose that be our next episode because I have heard it's so good.
Oh, I would do it as our next episode.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay. I have not seen it.
I would rewatch it. It is so good.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it's... you know how since Set It Up,
yes.
Netflix has had these like rom-com shows or movies
yes.
that are just cringy crap, like not good. This is like literally top frickin' tier. It's so good. I was hooked after the second episode. I have like 2 episodes left. It's just incredible.
Wait, is it a TV show?
Yeah. It is. So it's like 10
part
episodes.
1? Is it a part 1, part 2
No,
shit?
they have all the 10 episodes.
See, Netflix, you can fucking do
That's what you need to do. It's like literally incredible. And
oh my God.
And it's basically about like this girl who meets a rabbi, and it's a whole thing. So it's a little feels like it's attacking me just a little.
Yeah.
But it's a really, really good show. It's so good, Selena.
Wow. Okay, yes, because when I was in Paris, I kept hearing about it whenever I got on TikTok and stuff. I was like, what is this show? Like, I just like don't know what it is, but I've heard it's so good, and I've just avoided all spoilers. So I'm very excited to
You are gonna love it.
What am I watching? So Jack and I have been watching and just bouncing around a couple of things. We finished the most recent season of Demon Slayer, which is an anime.
Nice.
We recently just watched It on Max.
Oh, scary.
Have you seen It?
No.
You would love it.
Really?
Yeah, because don't you like horror movies or thrillers?
I do.
Yes, because It and It 2 is the only like horror movie that I can watch. I really, really love it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes. So we watched that. We were watching some sort of like collectible show on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called. And then my sister and I, on the plane to Paris, we watched Dune Part 2, which was really good.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I have never seen it, but she, like, loves Dune, so, like, I was like, okay, we'll watch it together, and we, like, synced our screens together.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, and then I also watched The Incredibles on the plane, so.
Love it.
Yeah. It was good.
Nice.
What are you listening to?
Honestly, nothing new. Yeah, honestly, my music has been kind of boring lately. I'm feeling a little stuck, which unfortunately happens a little too often lately, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure. A couple songs came up on my Discover Weekly I liked. One is called Takes One to Know One by The Beaches. One is called Hell of a Good Time by Hayden Henderson. And then one is called Save Me by Salika.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And then I've also been listening to Murder on the Dance Floor, like the Royal Otis version. So,
okay.
A few things.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. What
are you listening to?
Not too much, but just like random stuff that's come up on my like my day list on Spotify and just my shuffle on Apple Music. So I've been listening to Back to Him by Amelia Moore, which is super fun. Save You a Seat by Alex Warren, and then Unsteady by Cassidy, I think is how you say her name. But
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one is like more upbeat, obviously, and then the last two are a little more slow, but like they're the vibe. Like I love them. So
okay, I can't wait to listen to them.
Yeah.
We gotta add them to the playlist.
Yes. Yes, we do. Okay, pop culture?
Yes, pop culture. I only have a couple things.
I only have 2, and they're very tiny, so.
Okay. I forgot what one of them was, though. So I'll just start with my first one, yeah.
Okay.
My first one is that Princess Diaries 3 was officially confirmed by Anne Hathaway herself.
Yes.
Obviously, there's been rumblings, and the director was assigned. I think it's Adele Kim. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And I am so excited, but I am telling you, if Chris Pine is not in that movie, what's the point?
Yeah, I agree. I fucking agree.
But, like, this is what our generation has been waiting for our entire lives. Okay?
I just don't understand why they didn't make a Princess Diaries 3 back in the day. Like, oh, because Princess Diaries 2, like, didn't perform well. Like, it was...
No, but I think it did.
I thought it did, too. And there's, like, a bajillion Princess Diaries books. Like, we could have kept going, you guys.
I know. I don't know. But
I don't know either.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But, like, I swear to God, they need to film it before something happens to Julie Andrews,
Julie Andrews, yes.
Every time I see Julie Andrews pop up on my feed, I think
it's the worst.
And I need her to be in that movie, so.
Yes. Yeah, no, we'll I agree. That was one of my pop culture items. My next one is that there's been rumblings, or maybe it's been confirmed, I'm not sure, that there is a Abbott Elementary and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's the one I forgot about. That's what. No, it's official now. It's like official.
It's the most funniest thing, but also the weirdest thing. Like, it is. They're the complete opposite, but they take place in Philly, and I think it's just so funny.
It's so funny. I think that crossover is gonna be like iconic. Like, I don't know, they're both such good shows. Always Sunny's been around forever. And
yes.
I'm just trying to think about which characters from each show I want to see, like, paired up with each other. And I've seen so much on Twitter about people talking about how different interactions would, like, go. And
yes.
Oh my God. Because I forget, do you watch Abbott Elementary?
I haven't caught up with season 3.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but, like, what is gonna happen? Like, are we gonna allow these people into an elementary school? Like, that's what what are they gonna do? Like, I'm so intrigued. Or it's like, is it gonna be like, are they running into each other somewhere on, like, a field trip? Like, I have no idea. So intrigued, because I think...
But some people were talking about how, like, Charlie's gonna meet up with Mr. Johnson because they're both like the cleaning guys. Yes! Like, just random things like that.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I could see the field trip thing.
Yeah.
Or
like,
they have the gang from Always Sunny has some sort of, like, heist to try to get money from the school district or something stupid. Who knows?
I don't know. Dennis is doing some sort of pyramid scheme.
They should not let Dennis near a school.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get me wrong. I love it, and I think this is such a great, like, creative, like, workshop for all of the writers to be like, okay, how can we get all of these characters in the same room, knowing that they're literally so, like, different audiences.
Yeah, literally.
But I think it's so much fun. I'm so excited to see that. I was going to say something about it, but then I forgot. Oh, I saw someone on Twitter say, shit, maybe I can pull it up, because I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
It was trending. Oh, this is what someone said. Someone said, this crossover, this is my Wizards on deck with Hannah Montana.
Yes, I saw that too. No, literally though.
Really, truly, I was like, you're right. This is my Wizards on deck with Hannah Montana.
See, for me, this is my That's So Raven, or That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana.
Yes, that one too.
Yes.
Oh my
Crossovers
God.
are the best. They
were. Disney doesn't do it like they used to back in the day. Those crossovers were insane.
They were. They really were.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's all that I have.
That's all I had, too. So, you want to tell everyone what we'll be talking about today?
Yes. Today, Theoni and I will be discussing a bunch of personality tests that we took, and we're going to discuss our results. We did Myers-Briggs, we did conflict styles assessment, like, we just did a bunch of stuff, so we're gonna chat about it.
Yes. I'm curious to see if what we got, like, resonated with us, and like, if we could see it for each other, you know?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so do we want to start with the Enneagram?
Yes. Let me pull it
So
up.
for those of you guys who don't know, the Enneagram is personally one of like my favorite personality tests ever. It basically, you take like the test or whatever, answer some questions, and it gives you a type 1 through 9. So you can be type 1, type 2, type 3, whatever it may be. And basically each one kind of tells you about like your basic fears, your basic desires,
Yes.
just all sorts of things about you. I'll read the official definition. The Enneagram of Personality, or simply the Enneagram, is a pseudoscientific model of the human psyche which is principally understood and taught as a typology of 9 interconnected personality types. The origins and history of ideas associated with the Enneagram are disputed. So it really gives you insight into lots of different things, which I think is very, very interesting. But who wants to go first talking about their type?
You want to go first?
Sure.
I think you stayed the same from what I know you as.
Yes, I absolutely did. So,
yes,
and I'm pretty sure I'll be this way for my entire life. So, for my Enneagram type, I am a type 2. And there are some quizzes that will give you a wing, so you could be a type 2, wing 1 or 3. Yes. I think the last time I took a quiz, I was a wing 3, but the one that we took did not have wings, which is fine.
Yep.
So basically, I will give you just a brief explanation of what type 2 is, and then we'll talk about it. So the Enneagram type 2 is titled the helper, the caring interpersonal type. So generous, demonstrative, people-pleasing, and possessive. So the brief description. 2s are empathetic, sincere, and warm-hearted. They are friendly, generous, and self-sacrificing, but can also be sentimental, flattering, and people-pleasing. They are well-meaning and driven to be close to others, but can slip into doing things for others in order to be needed. They typically have problems with possessiveness and with acknowledging their own needs. At their best, they're unselfish and altruistic, and they have unconditional love for others. The basic fear is of being unwanted, unworthy of being loved, knife to my soul. And the basic desire is to feel loved. So I
love it.
feel, I think part of the reason why I in particular like this one more than others is because I feel like this probably resonates with me the most out of the results I get from a lot. Because I think just alone with the basic fear of not being loved or not being wanted, and my basic desire of wanting to be loved, like that's just what it is for me, you know, like
definitely.
And it's more than just wanting to be well liked. It's about wanting to be needed. It's about wanting to feel useful, and wanting to feel important to the people around you, you know, because I think I'm the kind of person who puts a lot of stake in my friendships and my families and my relationship, you know, and so what are your thoughts?
I agree with that. Like I'm not surprised that you changed, because I feel like that, like you said, it's so you to your core, and I think that will never change. So yeah, I agree all around. You know what I just remembered? We should have also done love languages.
We can just talk about it though.
Oh, I guess. I don't remember like my ranking specifically.
Oh, I can send you a quiz quick if you want to include it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I agree with that. You are a 2 through and through.
Yeah, I think so. And you guys, if you take the quiz, we can post the links to the quizzes we took in the description this week, if you want to take it yourself. And then basically for the Enneagram, what I recommend is reading up on your type on the Enneagram Institute website, because they give so many different things. I just think it's really interesting. And I like that they tell you your strengths and your weaknesses, because I can definitely see how my type can lean towards possessive. I definitely can get a little jealous, where it's like once I build that relationship with someone, I don't want them to have that relationship with someone else at my worst, you know, and it comes from a place of like insecurity. But anyways, I could psychoanalyze that. And this is why I love this, the Enneagram, because I just feel like it's so me, you know.
It is very you. It is very you.
Yes. Okay, nice. But I want to hear about yours.
So for mine,
Yes.
the last time I took it was in college, I think, when like we all took it as a group.
Yes.
And I got a 1. And this time around, I got a 9.
Interesting.
I know, right? I mean, I'm not surprised. Well, I am surprised I changed a little bit, but I'm not surprised that I didn't move far. Like I wasn't expecting to be like a 4 one day or whatever. Like I could see me swinging to either a 2 or a 9 because I was a 1. I had tested as a 1.
Yeah.
But today the test told me that I'm a type 9, which is a peacemaker. Characteristics are easygoing, agreeable, patient, harmonious, and receptive. And it's really interesting because as I was reading this description, I was like, I don't really know if I'm a 9. Like, I think I identify so strongly with a 1 that, like, now that I'm changing my type, I'm like, is that really me, though?
Yeah.
And, okay, I'll read a little paragraph of like what 9s are. So 9s are easygoing, down to earth, and unselfish. 9s want peace in their environment. That's why they're often called peacemakers and mediators. They try to build a world without conflict around themselves. For 9, it's easy to see and value the perspective of others. It makes them amazing listeners. And as I was reading the description, I was like, oh, okay, I guess, or whatever. And this was the paragraph that I was like, oh shit, I think I am a 9. It says, almost everyone likes 9s because they are inclusive and considerate and give people a safe place to be themselves. But they also tend to hold back their own opinions and desires, say yes to others before thinking about their own wishes, and avoid conflict, even when it's good for them. And I'm like, oh, you clocked me. You clocked me there.
Well, oh my God, that's so funny. No, I feel like a 9 is you, like, at your core. In the sense that, like, because I feel like I think the name of it is, like, the perfectionist, right?
Yes,
yes. Okay, and I feel like that could be you in some circumstances where it's, like, that's maybe how you present yourself at first. You're like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. I'm very type A. But once you get past that layer, it's, like, at your core, you do just want to, like, be there for people, make people feel safe, make people feel understood, like keep the peace, you know? So
yes.
Oops,
and I think
I think him.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
And I think like years of therapy is also like reeled my perfectionism back as well. So I think that's like another thing that's like really helped, and I think why I've like evolved into a type 9. So
that's so interesting. See,
I know. Isn't that interesting?
And it is cool that like Enneagram 9 and 1 are in the same like family of when they group it together. And so wow, that's so interesting. That makes sense for you though.
I right? Yeah. So
nice.
Okay. Very nice. Do we want to move on to the next one?
Yes. So I think the next one we're going to talk about is the Myers-Briggs, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I can give a brief description on what, like, the Myers-Briggs is, if you'd like. Okay. The Myers-Briggs system consists of 4 preference pairs that reflect different aspects of personality, opposite ways to direct and receive energy through extroversion or introversion, take in information with sensing or intuition, come to conclusions using thinking or feeling, and approach the outside world through judging or perceiving. Most people find that one preference in a preference pair best describes their natural way of doing things, where they feel the most comfortable being themselves outside of any roles they play in life. This one I actually have changed in one category, which I think is interesting. But this one I always like reading about. I think it's very interesting, but it maybe doesn't resonate with me as much as like an Enneagram does, because I think I don't know exactly why that is. I think maybe it's because for the 4 categories that they talk about, and I'll even go through like my percentages and stuff, but I just always feel like because it's either one or the other in the 4 categories, I feel very torn between them, and it's very dependent on different situations. Oh, definitely. Me, I feel. Yeah. So, do you want to talk about your type first this time? I'm very curious.
I haven't changed since the last time I took it. I don't remember when I took it. I think it might have been like the last few years of college, or maybe the last year of college. I don't remember. But I am an ISFJ T, which I think is like a wing for it. Which is like the defender is what they like describe it as. And this is like a quick summary. As an ISFJ defender, you are the quiet backbone of society, offering unwavering support and practical care to those around you. Your keen eye for detail and excellent memory allow you to anticipate and meet others' needs, often before they even realize what they require. You find deep satisfaction in creating stability and comfort for your loved ones, approaching life with a grounded, responsible attitude. It's interesting you say that, like, Myers-Briggs doesn't resonate with you as much as the Enneagram test does, but I feel like both Enneagram and Myers-Briggs resonate with me, like, equally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, and even hearing that description, I can really see that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And then for personality traits, it gives you, like, a breakdown. So I'm, like, 67% introverted, which it says, I likely prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions and feel drawn to calmer environments, which is correct. 58% observant. I'm likely pragmatic and down to earth with a strong focus on what is happening or very likely to happen. I'm 63% feeling. I value emotional expression and sensitivity, prioritizing empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. I am 92% judging. I'm likely organized, decisive, and thorough, valuing structure and planning over spontaneous stuff. 71% turbulent. I am self-conscious, sensitive to stress, success-driven, perfectionistic. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And eager to improve. So that's the breakdown of me. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I like align pretty well with like the breakdown that they've given me for like the personality traits. So
yeah, and I almost feel like the T part of that, so like the wing part of it, is almost like the part of you at like your worst or most stressed, or at your do you know what I'm trying to say? I can't think of the right word, but yeah. You want to hear something that's really, really funny?
You are also an ISFJ.
No, I'm an ESFJ. Oh. So we're literally the same.
Shut up.
This
Theone.
Makes so much sense now.
It does. It really, truly does.
That's crazy. That is
crazy. That's so funny. That's so funny.
I feel like everything just makes sense now.
It really does.
So, yes. So I'm an ESFJ. Yeah. So this is called the console. As an ESFJ console, you are the warm heart and steady hand that keeps your social circles, workplace, and family running smoothly. Your genuine care for others, coupled with your practical nature, makes you a pillar of support in any community. You have an uncanny ability to sense others' needs and a strong drive to meet them, often putting the welfare of those around you above your own. Your world is built on a foundation of tradition, duty, and social responsibility. So that's wild. Let me pull up my breakdown.
Yeah.
So I am 60% extroverted. You likely get energized by social interaction and tend to openly express your enthusiasm and excitement.
Okay.
I'm 59% observant, 68% feeling, 75% judging, and 65% turbulent. So even the wing is the same. Even the wing is the freaking same. So I feel like that makes sense because we always talk about how we're the same, but also we are different, and it makes sense that like the differences come out in like how we maybe are more outwardly, like with your introverted side versus my extroverted side.
Yes.
I don't know, man. It
makes
crazy.
so much sense now. Like I I knew we were so alike, but now I understand that we're so alike.
Yes. Oh my God. It literally makes sense. Oh my gosh. So in that sense, I think this is very interesting. And what I think is cool too, between the Myers-Briggs and Enneagram, you can see how for both of us, there's a lot of similar traits between like the 9 and the ISFJ and the 2 and the ESFJ.
Yes. Yep.
And I find it very interesting that we're both turbulent. It's fine. It's fine.
It's totally fine.
Yeah. Whatever. Anything else about the Myers-Briggs?
No, but that was fun. Like,
yes.
Now,
oh my gosh.
I feel like I know more about ourselves now. Like,
yeah, me too. And that's why I like these, because even if some people think personality tests are so like pointless or BS, and I can understand why, but at the same time, you only need to take what you want from them and like kind of take what resonates, or even you can learn a lot if you take the quiz and you get something that really doesn't resonate with you. Yes. And I think that can tell you a lot as well. So
definitely.
I just think it's all very interesting. Okay, so the next one that we took is the conflict styles assessment, which I feel like is a little less well known, but I still think it's very interesting. So just a brief description. Your conflict style represents your inclination or natural tendency when faced with a situation of conflict. Knowing the 5 main conflict styles can help you understand the choices you have for managing conflict, and knowing your own conflict style can help you identify how you might want to approach conflict differently, how you might better manage it depending on the nature of your relationship with the person with whom you are in conflict with, the amount of time you have to manage the conflict, and the importance of the issue to you. There is a time and a place to use each style, and each style has its advantages and limitations. By being aware of your own conflict style and being able to identify the style of the person with whom you are in conflict, you can better pursue a mutually agreeable outcome for all parties involved.
Okay.
Which I feel like this one is a really good one to take with like a partner. I think because obviously communication is so important, and it kind of reminds me of what you can gain from like the love languages quiz, where it's like by better understanding how the other person reacts or what they respond to, like you can be there better for them and vice versa. So I think this one is very interesting, and I was also a little nervous to take this one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like knew. I already knew. Yeah.
I think okay, so basically the 4 categories, if I'm not mistaken, are problem solver, accommodator, competitor, compromiser, and avoider.
Yes. Yep.
So do you want to do yours first? Should I do mine first?
Sure. I'll go first.
Okay.
So I got accommodator, like 79%, and then my next one is avoider, which was 67%.
Okay.
I think, okay, so like, now that I'm thinking through it, I guess I can resonate with accommodator and avoider, but I think in some rare instances, I can also be a computer. Knowing to be like very like direct and stuff, but that's only in like very rare circumstances where I know that like I am comfortable, but like in any other instance, I think I can resonate with accommodator and avoider. So accommodator, this is the description. So accommodators have a harmonizing approach to conflict. They often focus on supporting others in a conflict situation and are adept at soothing people in uncomfortable situations. Accommodators often gain strong appreciation from others in a conflict, but their weaknesses is that they may build up resentment from denying their own needs. It may be difficult for those who want to get to the root of the problem to work with accommodators who tend to focus on making others happy. Which I think feeds directly into my avoider of like wanting to step away from conflict. We keep opinions to ourselves in conflict situations so as not to continue or escalate the conflict. They are often admired for having a calming, quiet presence in the face of crisis, but their weakness is that avoiders sometimes keep their feelings bottled up and then aren't able to meet their own needs. This can result in frustrating buildup of emotions. So in that sense, I'm like, okay, yes. Most of the time, yes.
But one thing I really like about this quiz in general is it talks about how there's strengths and limitations to each one's, right? And I think specifically, sometimes you hear avoider and you automatically think like it has such a negative connotation sometimes. And it's really not, because I think one of the biggest strengths of like avoiders, for lack of a better word, is like the ability to walk away and to let things go and to just kind of move on, be like, okay, whatever. And I think that's something really unique to that. So I just want to point that out, because I think just like even talking about like attachment styles, like sometimes if you have an avoidant attachment style, people automatically think it's a bad thing.
That's what we should have done too.
We should have. Maybe we need to do a part 2, I think.
A part 2? Let's do a part 2. Okay,
we'll do a part 2. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so I think those are really, really interesting. What were your percentages for both again?
So 79% accommodator and then 67% avoider.
Okay, nice. Because basically what this quiz does, you guys, is it gives you a percent for each one that you are.
Yeah. Okay, what about you?
Okay, so for my conflict styles, one of mine was extremely high percent. It was 91%. My next one below that was 79%, and then my others were like 33% or below.
Whoa, so 91?
So, which was kind of insane. So
you're a compromiser, I think, or an accommodator.
Actually, which is crazy. I was not expecting this. 91% problem solver.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Whoa.
So let me read this. You said, say what?
Say what?
So it says, problem solvers tend to want to discuss all the details of a problem and work through it together so that everyone gets what he or she wants and is happy in the end. You said, okay, makes sense.
I was like, yep, never mind.
It's a tend to want to discuss all the details that really did it for me for this.
Yep, you're right.
It said their strengths are that they tend to welcome differences, build high levels of trust and mutual understanding in relationships. There is also the potential to learn from creative problem solving. Weaknesses: when time is a factor, it is difficult to spend the energy and time needed to process the way problem solvers tend to do. There is also the potential for burnout from over processing. So at first, I kind of had a reaction to you where I was like, the problem solver. Like, I feel like maybe that's not me, but then reading it, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense, especially with the weaknesses part, because what I have a really hard time with is when I feel like I can't solve the issue right away and move on. Like one thing I really want to work on is not feeling like a problem has to be completely closed off and have closure about it before I move on. Like, and that's something I really struggle with. So I thought that was very, very interesting.
But you're like very direct in that, right? You're not a computer, but like you are a problem solver in the sense where it's like you come from a good place of wanting to like, you know, like address it and then move on, which is always like a strength. I wonder what your second most highest one was though.
Yes. So my second most highest one was accommodator.
Oh, okay.
So they have the harmonizing approach to conflict, focus on supporting others. I'm not going to go through that because you also had that as well. But it makes sense because it's like, as much as I'm trying to solve the problem, I'm also just trying to make the other person happy.
Exactly.
So then, and oftentimes that's because I just want to be done with it.
Yes. Yep. See, now this all makes sense.
Yes, right?
Yep.
I thought the conflict styles assessment, so I've never taken this one before.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was really, really interesting. I felt like it was actually, it felt pretty accurate for me.
I agree. I don't think, because I think I took like the attachment styles ones, but I don't think I've ever taken conflict styles before.
Yeah.
So.
I thought this one was so fascinating. Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot to learn from this one.
Oh, definitely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So the last personality test that we are going to discuss today is called the DISC personality test.
Yes.
So basically it's between four things. Just a small Description: the DISC assessment is designed to test personality by calculating your personal DISC profile based on your everyday typical behavior. So the DISC stands for dominance, influence, compliance, steadiness. So I will read what I got here.
Yeah.
Please hold.
I want to say your steadiness. I'm going to say your steadiness.
Okay.
Like, that's what you scored highest at.
So you were absolutely right. I got 44% steadiness, 31% influence, and 30% for both dominance and compliance.
Okay.
For the steadiness category, since I was highest in that, it basically describes your temperament, so patience, persistence, and thoughtfulness.
Yeah.
So this is what it said for me. Your unique sequence of score characterizes you in a specific way. The positive impact you are likely to make on people is: you enjoy interacting with and helping people. You are open to new ideas and procedures. Although you are calm and controlled, you still project enthusiasm and optimism. Your natural supportive listening and empathetic behavior makes you a good coach, someone people turn to when they need help or advice. So a good thing on a therapist, basically.
Yeah, yeah, right.
But I do think it's very interesting. I felt like this one, I don't know if I took as much from it as the other ones. I feel like it felt, I don't know, it just, I didn't feel super drawn to it, but I will say what I got for this seems consistent with what I got for the other ones, which I think is very interesting, which I think shows that they work, for lack of a better word, because you know, it's consistent. But
definitely,
yeah,
I've only taken DISC in a work environment, so like my previous company, like, or my two previous companies or whatever, I don't remember when I took it, they actually paid for like a program and for like a a consultant to come in and like help us digest like what our DISC personality type is and all of this other stuff or whatever.
Wait, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was so long ago that I literally don't even remember what I tested as and how I can compare to this. But
fair.
I got 40% compliance, 33% steadiness, 21% dominance, and then 7% influence. And so the compliance is like, it describes how I approach and organize my activity, procedures, and responsibilities. And it says that I am diligent and pay attention to detail. I'm constantly striving for accuracy and high standards. I have an inner drive to be systematic and precise in all that I do. I'm a natural choice for work that requires attention to detail and accuracy. So,
I feel like, yeah, I feel like what you're saying, this really... And it is interesting because I didn't realize that this was very geared towards work, because even reading about like the implications and the other information they give you about it, it was very about different careers that make sense for you based on this. Yeah. And I do think that yours makes so much sense for how you are in the work environment, you know? Yeah, in a good way.
Oh yeah.
I wish I was more like that in the work environment. Honestly.
I wish I was more like dominant. It's funny because like this test like gives us like career options that combine your best like personality test for DISC or whatever, and it's like nothing that I'm doing right now. Like I am
really. What did yours say?
My role is so out of bounds compared to what I should be doing. I should be a data analyst or a technical marketing writer. Like a lot of this stuff is like I'm not in that. I'm like very much in a... It's so funny. I'm a very, very much in a people person, face-to-face environment that has to be dominant, and I am an introvert based on Enneagram and Myers-Briggs, and I am not dominant at all based on this DISC personality. So maybe I need to like just rethink my life.
It's so funny you say that, because then I look at like my things, and it said nurse, pharmacy technician, medical assistant, social worker, counselor, teacher, fitness instructor, community support worker. So very much in the vein of what I'm doing, which is interesting.
Great.
But I also think there's something to be said to have a job that doesn't always maybe perfectly align with what your personality is, because I think number one, it can challenge you. Number two, like, I don't know. I feel very burnt out in my job sometimes, and I'm sure you do in your own way, but yeah, I don't know. I think you're where you need to be. Don't let discs spiral you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that was fun.
It was fun. What was your favorite of the 4 that we took today?
I mean, I have to say Myers-Briggs just because we're basically the same. I thought that was fun. I did like the Enneagram, though, because I think I haven't taken it in a while, and I think it was interesting that I had flipped. Like, I just switched one. So that was interesting. What about you?
I mean, obviously the Enneagram is my favorite. I love the Enneagram. I live the Enneagram. I am the Enneagram. But also, secondly, Myers-Briggs. And I also agree it was super fun that we're like the same except extroverted, introverted. Literally. One thing I would like to do before we go is one thing that the Enneagram Institute has is a link you can click about your compatibility with other types of Enneagrams. So I thought it would be interesting to close out the episode with the compatibility between type 2s with a type 9.
Oh my God. Are you going to read it right now?
Yes, I'm going to read it.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's kind of long, but then we'll just peace out, okay?
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time. So I'm going to read this. What each type brings to the relationship. Enneagram 2s and 9s are similar in a wide variety of areas and reactions. Both types are interested in nurturing others and in helping people to be better, more comfortable with themselves, and more at peace. Both types also tend to be optimistic and to reframe disappointments in the most positive way possible. This pairing has an outstanding, warm, kindly, and good-natured quality about it that each side reinforces. 2s and 9s are easygoing, hospitable, and undemanding, happy to make friends happy and to welcome them into their home. 2s bring to the pair a more outward and interpersonally engaging energy. They would most likely be the first to introduce themselves at a party or to go to someone's aid and comfort if they perceived that the other person had some kind of problem. 2s are proud of their relationship, their home, their family, and their friends, and they want to share them with others. 2s constantly add energy and new people to the relationship mix. They are more talkative than 9s and more openly curious about other people, how they live, and what they're like, and more eager to get involved in others' lives. Makes so much sense. On the other hand, 9s bring a quiet steadiness and uncomplicated directness that allows people to flourish and things to get done with a minimum stress and conflict. Even if 2s become upset about their relationships or are feeling moments of self-doubt about how loved they are, 9s have a calming way of bringing them down and providing a great deal of unquestioned acceptance. But what the fuck? I feel like we're being read to the ground right now.
This is
literally. Both types are drawn to each other to provide soothing and support. Their home and hearth, pets, and love of nature are extremely important to them. Both go out of their way to be considerate of each other as well as other people. Much of their best communication is nonverbal, physical, arising from their simple, direct presence to each other. They can develop almost a psychic link with each other. This is a very mellow couple whose emphasis on hospitality reminds people of how healing it is to be around loving and generous people.
Wow. So basically you're saying that we're an amazing pair to hang out with.
Yes,
everyone
literally.
just loves us.
I mean, did I need that to tell me that? No, but
No.
It's nice to get the validation.
Yeah.
And there also is a whole paragraph about potential trouble spots or issues, but we can read that on our own time. We don't need to get into that right now.
Very nice.
Unless you want to.
I don't care. Up to you.
Let's just fucking read it. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This let's not let this cause problems though, okay? Both 2s and 9s tend to give away their power and to go along with the agendas of others. Yet one of the parties will have to wear the pants in the family, taking charge and making decisions. Doing so goes against the grain of both types, although either will take charge if necessary. However, negotiating power and decision making in a 2-9 couple puts both parties under increasing stress, and both tend to feel that they are being forced into the bad guy role in the family and that they will be resented and unloved when their partner gets off the hook. Obviously, to be fair, a lot of this is in the context of romantic relationships, so take this for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Further, neither finds it easy to talk about their feelings or their growing discontent with the power balance in the relationship or with any other sources of resentment and potential conflicts that they may have. 2s tend to actually take over too much, becoming domineering and controlling, not hesitating to boss the 9 around and to speak with surprising harshness to him or her. But because 2s can rationalize their motives and see themselves only as all-loving, they continue without feeling guilty or embarrassed. That feels a little intense for me, honestly.
It does.
I think some some parts of that can be true with like the I can get this attitude where I'm not afraid to like speak my mind, and that it's like, but because it's coming from a loving place, it's fine.
Yes, yeah.
You know, so I can see that part, but it's a little much. And then this is for you. 9s find it difficult to find their own voice and to speak up for themselves, but when the 9 actually does speak up, the 2 often takes this as a lack of gratitude and tries to turn the 9's comments around on them. 2s are not taking good at criticism, and when 9s find the courage to speak up, they may go overboard with the load of old resentments they have pilled up. The result is that 9s withdraw into silence and become passive-aggressive as a way of dealing with their anger, while 2s feel unappreciated, misunderstood, and rejected. Both try to keep everything quiet and normal on the surface, although they begin to deteriorate into longer silences with each other and more distance, including less physical contact. An air of tension takes over, punctuated by angry outbursts and recriminations. The couple that seems so unassuming and supportive tends to end through attrition and drifting apart. No one wants to talk about what has really happened. Nobody wants to take responsibility for the deterioration of the relationship, and things eventually simply fall apart. So here's the thing. I think all of that is a bit aggressive and a lot, but I think there is some truth to it where I think whenever we have gotten into any conflict, we both kind of don't want to bring it up first because we don't want to upset the other person. It's hard because we don't want what we say to offend the other person, but we also feel like we should bring it up because we deserve to bring it up. And so I think it does make sense, but it's a little intense the way it's put. But luckily, I think we're in a very healthy place with each other, so we've been able to like move past some of that, but definitely I could see it a little bit.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think definitely with the 9s of like growing resentment and just like not saying anything. Like I do that all the time. And I'm getting better at it, okay?
Yes. Yes. It's all about improvement. This is what these things are for, is to like try to take it and get better from it, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice. I really like that.
Yeah, me too. So nice. Anyways, now that we've shared all this about ourselves, feel free to take the quizzes in the description box, and I'd be curious to hear what you guys get. And anything else to add for the day, Selena?
No, that's it.
No? Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.